I just made you the host, John.
And I'm recording, that's what it says. So welcome everyone, despite the technical difficulties. Welcome to Ask a Hypnotherapist. In May of 2020.
Right in the middle of the pandemic.
Right in the middle of the pandemic. And when you think about what a better time for all of us to become more aware of our health, our well-being, our quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think many of the clients that I meet have given health and well-being a second thought until something really serious begins to occur, until they have to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to suggest that hypnosis should be at the forefront, should be a first response to many of life's issues. Unfortunately, many of the people that I counsel in my office, they seem to come to me as a last resort. What about you, Normagene?
Same here. I think just because the general public and the medical field just doesn't understand what hypnosis is. And I think that people are moving away from being afraid of it. You know, a lot of people are starting to open their minds to it, but up until now, I think there has just been this fear that hypnosis is mind control,
And
which you and I know it's not.
we should touch upon that. So Morgan, feel free to chime in at any time. But from my experience, we individuals, our first brush with hypnosis might be a Saturday morning cartoon, where we might see one cartoon character doing some strange circly eyes and Google type of thing. And yes, mind control. And at a very formative age of 4, 5, 6, that tends to stick in our mind for the rest of our life.
Absolutely.
And am I true, Morgan?
Yes, that would be my husband, I hear him in the background, and and he basically said, he's like, oh, basically hooey or something. So these are the hypnotherapists. This is my husband. You can't see him. So they're saying that people tend to think of hypnosis as mind control rather than I see it as a relaxation technique.
I don't see it as a mind control.
What do you see it as? Why would you be opposed to having hypnosis to be relaxed?
I just, to relax, that might be, I find that intriguing.
Okay, well, maybe you'll try it then.
At some point, yeah.
Nothing like putting him on the spot. Okay, go away now. Okay. Go away. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
That's okay.
I would say that hypnosis is anything but mind control. I would describe hypnosis as being mind awareness, a heightened state of awareness, a heightened state of receptivity, where during that state of mind, all sorts of life-improving, quality of life issues can be resolved. New skills can be integrated. Habits can be taken under control. Negative feelings can be released, all through that state of focused awareness. And hypnosis is a very natural process where you, Morgan, your husband, and anyone out there in the future who may be listening to this discussion has experienced the hypnotic phenomenon many, many, many times in their life. Common example. I'm sure, Morgan, at one point you've gone to the movie theaters, am I correct?
Yes.
You've at some point gotten swept up with the plot on the screen. And let's say at some point there's a sad scene that appears on the screen. Let's say a dog dies. I don't know about you, but I've cried at movies before, am I right?
Correct.
So let's just freeze frame that entire scenario for a moment. Step back as a scientist. Examine what's happening here. Consciously, Morgan, you and everyone else knows that they're safe in this movie theater, right? Consciously, they know that they paid their $13 to enjoy this movie. Consciously, they know that let's go back to the scenario. That dog's probably on a back lot of Hollywood, probably getting paid $1 million just to play dead. Am I right? Consciously, we know all this, but subconsciously, there's a tear welling up in the corner of your eye. We've all had that experience. Your mind, in effect, you are hypnotizing yourself to believing that the whole story for 2 hours is real.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's very true. Normagene, would you like to share another story, another example?
Oh, sure. Just, when you're reading a book and you get lost in emotions and you're using your imagination, which is another really good point to bring up. That's really what hypnosis is all about, utilizing the power of your imagination. When you're under hypnosis, you are asked many times to just imagine or just feel feelings associated with a certain thing. And in essence, you're just using your imagination. And that's something that we all do, that we've all done in the past and we continue to do now. And you have your highway hypnosis, when you're driving home from work, you're driving the same way every day. You don't even remember your drive because your mind is just basically in trance, because your subconscious mind is actually doing the driving for you because you've done it so many times.
Yes.
Yep.
The language of the subconscious mind is imagination. Our conscious mind is our logical part of ourselves. It's logic, it's reason, it's our day-to-day existence, I guess you would say. However, our subconscious mind is a much, much larger part of ourselves than most people tend to realize. Every book you've ever read, every meal you've ever eaten, learning to tie your shoes, learning to drive a car, every single skill you've ever learned is now somewhere in your subconscious part of your mind. And we call upon those skills, those mini programs all the time. Can you imagine, Morgan, how challenging it would be to consciously learn to drive a car every single day?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
So John, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever had a client ask you if they were going to make them cluck like a chicken?
Well, a couple of responses I could share with you with that. First of all, I would share, if you would like to cluck like a chicken, sir or madam, that's okay with me. I won't charge you extra for it, but why in the world would I ask you to cluck like a chicken? Why? Again, that stems back to Hollywood.
Exactly. And when people are under hypnosis, they are still completely aware. They can come out of it at any time. They'll still hear background noises. It's just that the background noises will just be like everyday noises that you hear, like your refrigerator or a fan, or, sometimes, kids outside or whatever. Those noises just go into the background and you just tend to not focus on them. So you go deeper into whatever you're doing. So when you're under hypnosis, the sounds don't really matter. They can even help you to go deeper. But you can become fully conscious and aware at any time that you want to, because you're always in complete control.
I agree. I've learned that from you.
I would share that with anyone out there who is listening, who can't get online tonight, and I apologize for the technical issues that we've had here.
I apologize.
We will improve upon this. I'm sure there'll be future discussions here. But those individuals who may have a curiosity about hypnosis, we just shared a couple of common examples how we all experience this state of hypnosis and many times in our lives. Hypnosis is a lot closer to a daydreaming-like state than it is to certainly anything like mind control. Hypnosis is a natural process in which the mind is more receptive to positive suggestion, insight, and the release of negative feelings. It's your mind's ability to rapidly integrate new skills, strategies, and strengths. A professional hypnotherapist like Normagene and myself can help you to take control of your habits, behaviors, and your feelings. Oftentimes, I'm finding in a very quick and rapid method. Talk therapy has its place. Talk therapy is a wonderful resource, don't get me wrong. By finding hypnosis, getting right down to the heart of the subject, right down to that part of you, the part of your dreams, the part of you that has all these inner workings, the part of you that's been taking care of you all these years, the part that regulates your heartbeat, your body temperature, your gallbladder, your growth of your fingernails, all these things and 1,000 other things all the time. That's the part of you that hypnosis can communicate with to make lasting change.
Interesting. Did you say your fingernail growth?
That part of you that controls every single part of your being. Yes, ma'am.
That's
The unconscious.
Yeah, is it unconscious? Do you consciously think of your fingernails? No.
No.
Do you consciously remind yourself to breathe?
Nope.
And I don't know about you, but I have no idea what my gallbladder is doing right now. All that and more is controlled, influenced, regulated by our subconscious mind.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, is there any...
Just a few notable individuals who have used hypnosis to improve their life. Ellen DeGeneres, Matt Damon have both used hypnosis to quit smoking. Bruce Willis and James Earl Jones have used hypnosis to quit stuttering, to further their magnificent careers. Tiger Woods used hypnosis at a very young age to focus on the golf course. And any type of Google search will help you to find other notable individuals, very successful individuals who have been able to who have used hypnosis to turn inward, to make those changes in their life, whatever that may be for them.
That's interesting.
It's good to know.
So Morgan, do you know someone who may have been struggling with some issue in their life? Whether it's
pardon? Oh,
whether it might be weight, smoking, whatever.
Well, my husband, so he has restless leg syndrome and he has to sit 4 hours for dialysis. And he frequently leaves early and comes home because I think he can't relax or his restless leg, he can't tolerate his restless legs to sit there for 4 hours. So I thought maybe it could be helpful for him.
Definitely.
I think it could be. I was reading some articles on it of how it's been effective for restless leg syndrome.
Definitely. I have helped a number of individuals with insomnia issues. In fact, I just received a text from a lady that's been struggling with insomnia, really a panic attacks off and on for 20 years. And often it seems just as she begins to fall asleep, that's when a panic attack occurs. So talk about sleeping only a couple hours a night. At one point, she became afraid of sleeping.
Wow.
And she texted me just this morning saying she's sleeping better. She's more at peace during the day. That's only one session. And typically I will meet with clients for 3 sessions, maybe a little more depending on the individual. But it just goes to demonstrate how just one session can be effective.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps. I think hypnosis helps a lot of people in one session, and but some just need that reinforcement because it's not a magic pill. There are some things that you have to be willing to do, and you have to be willing to reinforce it with self-hypnosis. And it, like I said, it's not a magic pill, so people just can't come in and just expect to not have to do anything. I mean, if you want to lose weight, it's not going to magically make you lose weight. You're going to have to, watch what you're eating, maybe move a little bit more. and all of that, but hypnosis can help you to get over that hump and get back on track.
Yeah, and I do remember Normagene gave me some sessions a couple years back when I had a job loss, and I think it helped me a lot with anxiety and, you know, not being upset a lot as much, and just kind of helped smooth my emotions out and get through that period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I do, that just came back to me as we were talking.
And I would suggest that it's probably very common. A lot of people are under a lot of anxious days and weeks now. So it's a part of our society to be anxious, and we're not resting as well as we should. Sleep deprivation is huge across our society. We become a 24/7 society, and almost like we become guilty if we're not producing 24/7.
Yes, I agree.
Now, if you did hypnosis for insomnia, do they say something every night before they go to sleep themselves, or does it last a while, or how does that work with hypnosis for insomnia?
I think it's different depending on the client. I have had clients that I've taught some relaxation techniques before they go to sleep, and other clients who need to just, let their stress go, just relax. Like I've given people visualizations. How about you, John?
I agree with Normagene. It depends on the individual. That's why the first session that I meet with every client can often be 2 hours long, because we sit down and devise a strategy of success that's tailored just for them. Some people may very much enjoy listening to a recording that I share with them. Others would be more comfortable with a routine. For some people, it's just a matter of unplugging that television before they go to bed. It all depends. It all depends. That's why hypnosis is a tailored program for every single person.
Yeah, there's no cookie cutter answer.
No, I wish if 7 billion people on the planet and every single person has a little different sense of reality, a little different world. So often, what I will do during the first 2 hours is to examine what is your version of the world, sir or madam, and then we work from there.
Okay. Sorry, noise in the background.
That's fine.
Well, this seems like a very good way to get information too. The Zoom meeting seems like a really good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else we want to cover, Normagene, or are we wrapping up? Or
I think we could wrap up for now. The next time, if we have more participants, then we'll have more answers.
First time is always the most challenging, as we have found. I'm sure we'll be doing this again, because much of my work, I'm guessing Normagene can also verify, is simply educational. Helping people to understand that hypnosis is a very natural process. It's a very successful process. 200 years of research and practice has gone into what I feel is the most effective modality out there for personal change. Way back when, even Benjamin Franklin had an interest in hypnosis. So we're going back a ways. So much of what I do is education, of overturning and understanding the stigma that we may have grown up with.
Yes. I definitely found, after trying hypnosis several times, it came easier and easier. Like just talking with you two at the start today, I felt like I was getting relaxed.
Well, just because we're hypnotists.
Yes.
Terrific. hypnosis, like any new skill, the more you practice it, the better it becomes. Because again, hypnosis is not something that I or Normagene or any practitioner does to you. It's a process that we create together. It's a joint effort. It's a joint effort.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yes,
thank you very
okay.
much for the information. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for joining.
Well,
Next time I'll put my face on there.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, John.
nice to meet you, Morgan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
I
you.
will just, to those who out there who may be watching this replay, visit our websites. Normagene?
www.inspiredthoughtshypnosis.com.
And you're
And
located You're located in?
I'm located in Wernersville, but I do all of my sessions via Zoom or FaceTime. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. And it is actually just as effective as in-person hypnosis.
I agree. Yes. My website, www.lancasterhypnotherapy.com. Even though my office is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I've been doing more and more work nationwide. I just worked with a client in California to quit smoking, another client in Georgia. I'm working with an online client now, and Normagene is correct. There's the sense of comfort, familiarity, and relaxation is already there in your own home.
Absolutely.
No driving to the office, no plugging a parking meter, no
traffic.
none of that stress that's commonly associated with going to any therapist. You're in the comfort of your own home. You're relaxed. And also, the entire hypnotic process becomes more organic in that the issues that we discuss, the new insights that you become aware of, and your new perspectives can now be placed immediately, often in an environment that's where the challenge often occurs, whether it's smoking or overeating or whatever. You're in your own little world, and that's where you're going to be living 99.9% of your life. So yes, hypnosis online, I'm finding to be very effective.
That's right. Okay, so
okay, well,
we have to go because our time is running out.
thank you everyone who may be watching this replay. Watch for another schedule because we'll try to do this again.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Normagene. Have a good night, and good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.